Thanks for watching Coin Collecting Fun, the king of hobbies and the hobby of kings. I'm here with my great buddy Charlie.
Hello.
Yes, and he's going to give some history here, and we're looking forward to hearing from him. So looks like we're going to enjoy this time together, and I'll just hold this up so you can see this as he gives a history, and definitely looking forward to what you have to say.
This is a St. Damien commemorative coin from Hawaii. It was mailed to me special. St. Damien is the patron saint of Hawaii. He was the youngest of a large family born in Belgium. He felt the call of God and wanted to go into missionary field and work, and he felt that he could go to Honolulu and help the people there. And then his superior said, you know, there is Molokai. Molokai was and is the leper colony that was established there in the 1860s. Leprosy, or Hansen disease as it is now known, was rampant through the islands, and through misdiagnosis and misinformation, people thought that leprosy was a rapidly spreading disease. In actual fact, leprosy is one of those diseases that only through constant contact over a long period of time can you be affected or infected. Affected and infected, actually. And the island was nearly lawless, and there was a broken down church, and the Catholic superiors of Damien said, we need a brother to go and to establish a spiritual presence there on the island for the people afflicted with leprosy. And Damien was the first to volunteer and to go. And unfortunately, there was a government mandated edict that stretched from the 1860s all the way to the 1960s, when this ban was not lifted until the 1960s, that if you were affected by leprosy or even thought to be affected, but had not shown signs yet, you were exiled to Molokai for the rest of your natural life, and you were not allowed to go back home. And if the children born of leprosy patients, they were taken from their parents as soon as they were born, so that they would not be infected. And so it's within this lawless, despairing atmosphere that Damien, or Joseph de Worcester, that's his given name. Damien is the name that he took as a brother and then as a priest. Father Damien came there, and he had been trained as a carpenter and as a farmer in his native Belgium, and not only was he able to teach the lepers to farm, but he was also able to build coffins and also build suitable dwellings for them. And he spent close to a little over 16 years on the island. He was only supposed to be there for a matter of about 4 to 6 months, but after seeing the absolute desolation of the island and the crush of the spiritual poverty of the people, that they had no spiritual mentor at all, he requested and was reluctantly given permission to go and be there permanently. And unfortunately, in the 1880s, he finally contracted leprosy himself and died of the disease in, I believe, 1889. He was beatified in the 1990s by now Saint Pope John Paul, and he was canonized by Pope Benedict XVI in 2009. The people of Hawaii think that the sun and the moon sets with this man. The fact that he literally gave up his life for people that were struggling to have life. They have taken this man to their hearts, and when Hawaii was made a state in 1959, they were asked, well, what person will you send to represent your state in the U.S. Capitol? And they thought one of their politicians or one of their chiefs. No, they sent a statue of Father Damien, and his statue now resides in the Capitol among the other mementos from the 50 states. And so, on the obverse of the coin, Jerry, take it. What does it say?
Yes, let's see on the. Let's see. It says to become one of you, to live and die with you.
And this was his motto. He basically took no precautions hygienically when being with the lepers. His superiors told him, do not touch anyone. I don't know how you can be a spiritual mentor of any sort and a spiritual presence of any sort and not be close to and be part of the parish and flock that you shepherd. But he not only did he share poi, one of the dishes from the Hawaiian Islands that is still served today, to those who had no hands, but also shared out of their bowls, and also wrote letters for those who could not write, and did all sorts of things for these people who, up until he came, had no self-reliance, were basically just dumped on the island to die. The government literally thought that you're there to die. You live if you want to, die if you want to. They really gave no nothing at all for these people, their own people. And Damien was the first to see them as people, not as people with so he saw them as people with a disease, not diseased people. And he was able to be not only a friend to them, but also a father, a comforter, and a person to truly look up to. And again, as said, the leper colony existed from the 1860s to the 1960s, and by the 1960s, finally the ban was rescinded, and those still affected with the disease were allowed to go back and live among their family on the other islands. The thing is that you're put in one place for long enough, that place becomes home, and they decided not to leave for the most part. And for those who are wondering, in 1940, the cure was found for Hansen's disease, and you're able to now have medicine to cure the disease that unfortunately took the life of St. Damien, and of so many others. There are, if you go to Molokai now, there are as many as 5,000 unmarked graves, and you have the feeling that before he came, it was basically despair, and then after he came, after gaining their trust, he was able to, as the coin says to die and to become one of them, and he literally did become one of them when he himself contracted the disease. And this is part one of a two-part series that Jared and I are making. Part one is the coin itself and the history behind the man on the coin. And the second is that in 1999, I believe, David Wenham played Father Damien in Molokai, the story of Father Damien. And in the next video, Jared and I will do a movie review, the first for his channel, on Molokai, the story of Father Damien. I've seen it several times. I actually even have a copy. He has yet to. I have pointed him to the YouTube channel where he can watch it in full without YouTube charging for it. And we'll see you in the second part, and hope you enjoyed this review of the coin and the history behind the man that is still revered in the Sandwich Islands, or Hawaii as it is now known, and that we will get back to you on with the review of Molokai, the story of Father Damien, and able to see what he thinks, and I'll give you my thoughts. Like this video, subscribe to Jared's channel, plug, and enjoy other coin collecting fun videos.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And y'all have a great day. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.